All right, guys. So where we left off at was just talking about the civil rights, and so we're going to go ahead and throw a couple videos at you to kind of finish up the civil rights movement. So just kind of reminder, we're talking about civil rights movement, the push for equality, and a couple things that have happened over time. So we're seeing nightly television news provide a regular reminder of the ongoing civil rights struggle for civil rights in the South. News footage of attack dogs biting demonstrators or fire hoses blasting children are going to cause many people to support the civil rights movement. This is 100% correct, guys. So this is where we begin to see technology have an impact on people supporting the civil rights movement, because you can read something in a newspaper, but now technologically is advancing and TVs are bringing stuff into people's house that they've never seen before. Now they can turn the TV on and see exactly what is going on. The sit-in movement was a nonviolent form of protest where blacks sat in segregated places until they were served or arrested. This gave birth to the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. This is 100% correct as well. So we looked at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, which was going to be adults advocating for equality and using nonviolent protest. Well, we're going to see the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, known as SNCC, which is going to develop. And this is a very famous image, again, like we saw when we saw Brown versus Board of Education. This is the type of atmosphere that you would have seen. Now, these are three individuals. You have two people sitting next to this young lady, supporting her and trying to get served. This was the sit-in. This is where, again, African Americans would walk in and they would attempt to get served in places that refused to serve them. So this is very important to understand, guys, that while going through this harassment, individuals were able to stay committed to their cause of nonviolent protest. And it started in North Carolina, and it was a group of college students. Started this movement. So adults and youth were challenging the status quo. Now, what we're going to see, SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and the SCLC, similar tactics, both focused on nonviolent methods of civil disobedience. This is 100% true. Both of them will be focused on nonviolent. Another term for that is civil disobedience. This is a term that was actually coined early on in American history around the 1840s. But it's something that you're going to be disobedient, but you're going to do it civilly, and that's kind of focused on that nonviolent way to protest. Now, the SNCC, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, developed into a more violent Black Power movement, which marked a transition for some groups away from nonviolent forms of protest. This 100% is true. Okay, this 100% is true. Very important to kind of be able to identify that idea and that concept. Now, this is a very iconic image that I want to make sure that you understand what's going on. This is a very important image from the 60s and kind of summarizes everything that's going on. So what happened is you have this is something you may say, so you should understand it, is that you have two athletes raise their fist on the Olympic podium, taken after the 200-meter race at the 1968 Summer Olympics. The athletes were Tommy Smith and John Carlos, and became a center of controversy that raised their hand to salute, because this was a symbol, a civil disobedience protest and human rights movement at large. So this is something that you will see. You will see a lot of, you may see an imagery, you may see it drawn somewhere, but this is just it kind of summarizes the type of civil disobedience that was going on. And of course, the black glove kind of became a symbol of that Black Power movement. Now, a series of violent protests in the South illustrated urgent need for societal changes and prompted President John F. Kennedy to push for change in civil rights prior to 1964. This is 100% correct. Again, now that it's being played on television, it's going to reach the White House. People are going to be like, what are we doing about this? Now, President Kennedy worked to bring